You're listening to the Lux Life Discovered podcast, where we talk with people who are living a lifestyle that reflects their passion, because we believe everyone should be living their best life, their Lux Life. The show is hosted by Rick Steiner with Steiner Event Group, a premier national event planning company, and co-hosted by Shannon Richmond, the Vice President of the Panama City Beach Chamber of Commerce. If you are watching on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notifications of future episodes. The show is produced by 30A Media and is broadcast on your favorite podcast outlets, as well as YouTube, Roku TV, Amazon Fire TVs, and other major brand smart TVs.
Hello, I'm Rick Steiner with Steiner Event Group. Welcome to another episode of Lux Life Discovered. My co-host today is Paul Fazard with 30A Media.
That's
Welcome.
Us. Thanks for having us.
All right. And then my guests today are Whitney and Sydney with Kentucky Lake Glamping in Kentucky. So welcome aboard, guys.
Thank you. We're glad to be here.
Well, we appreciate you taking time because this has been, how long have you guys been open?
Just about a year, but we bought our property in 2018, so it's been a project.
All right. So you were doing this all during COVID then?
Yes.
So how did COVID affect you? We're going to get into more about that, but how did COVID affect everything that you were beginning?
Sorry. Well, it kind of actually, funny enough, it kind of worked out well for us because our family owns a restaurant, and during COVID, unfortunately, the restaurant had to close down, but it was a good time because for us, our whole family was able to come work on the property, and we weren't having to worry about the restaurant. So It was a hard time having to close the restaurant, but it actually gave us time to, work on the property and get it developed and stuff. So.
And Paul, something about, of course, they're twins, and I've always known them as the Carver twins. So now they're married with different names, and it throws me off all the time. But these girls have worked hard. I mean, they own a restaurant, like she said, and they have worked at that restaurant. And I mean, your dad didn't cut him any slack because they were the daughters.
Yes. We started working at the restaurant when we were 12 on the salad bar. So, yes, we worked a lot. But it was good for us.
That's good.
I think it's how we got here, So.
Right.
It certainly helps how you learn how to deal with people for sure,
Oh, yeah.
both sides of it. So
that's kind of that's kind of what made us want to open a business like this, is because we really love the customer service aspect of the restaurant. And so we knew we wanted to do something involving hospitality and customer service and stuff.
So did you end up moving the restaurant to the location you're at now, or is it still there, or two different things?
No, it's still there.
Okay.
Our dad still owns it. So.
Yeah.
So tell us about the glamping. What is glamping, and what is your take on it, and how have you made it unique to you?
Glamping is glamorous camping. So we actually didn't grow up camping at all, but we grew up at the lake, and we really loved the lake life and, boating and all the water sports and all that. So we were really excited to be able to offer somewhere for people to stay who don't, who want to experience the lake and camping, but not necessarily roughing it. Exactly. It's kind of like camping, but more luxurious,
Right.
I guess.
Well, tell us a little about your setup there, because you have, how many trailers have you renovated, or not trailers, but campers and Airstreams? Yeah.
We have 7 vintage campers, different styles. We have some Airstreams, some of the like a Can-Ham, like a cute little one. So we have 7 different campers. We completely renovated all of those. And then we have one tiny house that we finished last year that we started renting, I guess like midsummer maybe. And then we have another one that is being built now. So we'll have that ready hopefully April 1st, March 1st, sometime in March.
Okay. And then you have the store where you have some items for sale. It's kind of like a little market also, and pizza. And tell us what else that if somebody is coming from out of town, wants to stay at your property, tell us what they should expect.
Well, so what we kind of wanted to do is just provide everything so that when people come, they don't have to come like that, they don't have to bring all their stuff with them like they would if they were camping. So, in our camp store, we sell like firewood, we sell charcoal, lighter fluid, kind of like camping, I guess, essentials. And then we have a cafe where we sell pizza, sandwiches, ice cream, so they can either bring their own food to cook at their campsite or they can eat at our store. And then the campers have like the grill, they have like stove tops and microwaves, refrigerators, stuff like that. And just your clothes and if you want to cook. So.
Somebody trying to sneak in.
Yeah.
So,
Our son. Yeah. And then we also have like lake activities, like we have a pontoon that we rent, kayaks, paddle boards, just all the fun lake stuff, Hobie Eclipse boards. And we do like a yoga class, paddleboard yoga class on Saturdays when the weather's nice. So that's been really popular.
now, is that just for people staying at your property, or can anybody sign up for the yoga class?
Anyone can sign up for it. Anyone can rent like if someone just wants to come out for the day and like go kayaking, they can come rent a kayak. They don't have to be staying here.
Okay.
We do have like a little beach area that we do try to keep private for our guests. We have like we had some sand brought in and we put lawn chairs and stuff out. It's right on the water, but we try to keep that kind of private for our guests. But everything else, like as far as the rentals and the cafe, is open to the public.
All right.
Do you see adding more things on top of the yoga? Like almost like the summer camp type situation.
A lot of people who book like for family reunions and stuff, so they'll rent the whole campground and do like games like within the family, and I don't know, we had one last year do a talent show, like they did karaoke and stuff, so
really?
That was fun.
That sounds fun.
We actually have three groups coming that have reserved the whole campground this summer, 3 different groups, and that's always fun. We enjoy that, and they rent all the sites. And sometimes they even bring their own campers, and it's a fun time to have like the whole group here.
Yeah. How many does it hold?
Right now I think it holds like 32? Yeah, 32 or something.
Well, that's good.
We have 22 sites, but we only have 10 actually like with rentals on them right now. So our hope in the future is to have all 22 sites filled. But right now, we do allow people to bring their own campers in some of the empty sites.
That's great.
Interesting.
It's got the whole hookups and everything for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yeah, they have full hookups, water, electric, and septic. So, yeah.
So what are your plans? Like say in 5 years, what do you see for your property?
Our hoping, we say 5 to 10 years. We don't know how long it'll take, but we want all our sites, all 22 sites filled. We want it to feel like a resort. When people come here, they don't have to leave. They can just stay here. We'd like to put in a swimming pool in a few years on the property somewhere. We actually just this year started, we haven't done it. We have it ready, but we haven't actually started it yet until we reopen in March. But it's going to be a spa, like a little spa. We do like massages on the water, like lakefront massages and stuff. So that's going to start in March.
Yeah, you looked a little stressed, Rick.
I know, yeah.
We just wanted to have like a retreat, or like she said, a resort type feeling, not like a typical campground when people think of camping, more, I guess, luxurious or glamorous than traditional camping. So
this would be a perfect setup for like bridesmaids, and bridal retreats, that type thing, for them to have their bachelorette party there, that type thing. Goodness, corporate events, so many different options that are available there. So
yeah, Yeah, we did have quite a few bachelorette parties this past year.
Oh, did you? Okay.
And that was fun, and sometimes we can help, if someone wants us to like decorate or something, we'll decorate they'll send us like what they have in mind or whatever, and we're not decorators or anything. We'll do our best to make it look cute for them, and some birthday parties and stuff like that too. So that was fun. A lot of girls trips.
Yeah. Well, good. So how did this come about? What was your interest in this, and how did this really evolve?
It kind of started with Sydney, so I'll let you. Yeah, well, we grew up on the lake, like I said, and there was a resort near our house, and we always thought, oh, it'd be so cool to have a resort at the lake, and but I don't know, we grew up and we went to college and did different things, and it seemed like kind of far out of reach to open your own business, like, something. So we had like these grand ideas, but it seemed so far out of reach. And so we kind of wrote a business plan and had some ideas, and we talked to our parents, and they thought it was a great idea. And so we all just kind of came together and started looking for vintage campers.
And so where did you find your vintage campers? Were they local, or did you have to go like to different parts of the country? Because we've been out there and it's very nice. So, and of course, then the next step was renovating, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yes. So we bought our first camper, I think, in 2016, was 18. It? No, it was like 16 or 17. Okay. And we started, like, sometimes we would find one and it would maybe lead to another one, someone would be like, oh, I know someone else or whatever. So, I mean, we went to Nashville, Clarksville, but we didn't go too far, maybe just a few hours from here. I think the furthest was maybe 6 hours, but, and we rented a storage shed with no heating and air in it for like 4 years. 3 or 4 years, and all the campers were in this huge storage building. And so, like, any free moment we had, us and our husbands would go out there and work on them. And we didn't know anything about renovating. We didn't know anything about campers, so we learned a lot. We YouTubed a lot of things. Thankfully, our husbands are pretty handy, so they were helpful with the renovating process. But yeah.
Well, Airstream's Airstreams are quite a community. I mean, there's quite a few of them around, obviously, and certainly some that have been, like, left to one side or wherever, so they could be a little bit of a bargain, other than the fact you have to renovate them. But it's kind of, once word gets around that there's Airstreams around, I think it seems as though that might be a good way for your marketing to reach out to those community and kind of be posting on their boards and on their Facebook groups and so on for Airstreamers.
Yeah. And once we kind of got open, or kind of got our name out there, people were actually reaching out to us trying to sell us their campers. So we didn't really have to look too hard at that point, because people, like, when the word got out, like you said, kind of they knew that we were in the market for them. So they were reaching out, oh, I know this person, or I have one for sale or whatever. So
that's interesting. So I didn't realize that you guys had done the work yourselves to the campers. That's pretty impressive. Goodness. If I had done that, we still wouldn't have anybody staying there, because it would be the original condition. So, but your husbands are very involved with the project as well.
Yeah. Both quit their full-time jobs last year to come out here and help us full time. And I know that neither one of them ever envisioned themselves working at a glamp ground. It took my husband like 6 months to even say the word glamp ground. He said it was too girly.
I can see Austin. Tell him I think he's a great glamper. Be sure and tell him that. Austin is a big muscle guy, so yeah.
So
he thinks he can rough it. He thinks he's a country boy. So it was funny, but
that's glamping. I mean,
he's a glamper. Yeah.
So how are people finding you right now? Are you listed on Airbnb or any places like that?
We have our own website. We just social media is our marketing, but we do have a couple listings on Airbnb just to, get our name out there. And but we actually had we have a house that we've been renting on Airbnb for like 4 or 5 years now. So we started that before we opened the campground, just to kind of get some experience with rental property, and we didn't really have a whole lot of experience in that. So that we listed a few of our campers on Airbnb with that one, but for the most part, people find us through our website or through Facebook. Word of mouth has been our number one, I think. Yeah, for sure.
So where do the most of your campers come from? Is it local? I mean, you have a lot local. I mean, coming.
Yeah. We've had so much support from the community. Like, it's been amazing. Like, we're so grateful. Murray and Paducah, Paris, Mayfield. So we've had a ton of support from our, locally, I would say. But we have had several from, I don't know, where would you say, like, a lot of people from Florida, and then like Missouri, Alabama, and kind of sort of surrounding, like, I guess this region, like Illinois, Missouri, even like Arkansas, Indiana. But we've had people come from California, Alaska, London. We've had people from all over, the world. So it's been pretty cool. We've got to meet a lot of people, and that we love it because working at the restaurant, like it's customer service, but it's fast, and then, so this is really cool because we spend like days with people, we spend 3-4 days with them. So we really get to know people, and we've kept in touch with some of our guests that we met. And so it's been really cool for us. We love that.
And of course, as you're open for a longer period of time, it'll be neat to see the return visits, and, that will be exciting. So the people from London and California, those type, what do they think when they come to rural Western Kentucky? What's their impression?
The people from Alaska, we actually just talked to them today. They are moving here, so
really?
They've been here a few times. They bought some land in New Concord, and so they're just trying to get to know the area. But they said they love it here, and so they're going to move here. But I think, and the people from London, they really liked the. They're like, it's so quiet and peaceful, and they just love the nature. Like, I mean, they think this is like the definition of nature when they come here, because like where they live, I guess it's not that much, but greenery and stuff. I don't know, but
right.
How people think it's beautiful here. Yeah.
And they're in a beautiful area. It's right on Kentucky Lake. Yeah. How many acres does your property have? It's
just around 8 acres.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah. And
not that much, but
well, no, it's a lot to maintain though. Yeah. So but it's right on Kentucky Lake, a beautiful area, beautiful lake, and it's just amazing. The vision, I mean, because you think, why has this not been done before? In some ways, but it took the right two young women with the right vision to make this reality. So
some of the pictures on the Facebook look amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, this area of the lake, which is where we grew up, it's called Blood River. It's not super developed, which is kind of what we liked about it. If you go north or south to like Tennessee or Marshall County, there's a lot more going on the lake area. But we kind of liked the fact that Blood River was so quiet and peaceful, and that's kind of what drew us, and we were hoping would draw other people to the area too.
Is it going to stay that way, do you think?
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Y'all may have started a whole new trend. The whole area may be developed now.
Maybe.
So
I think part of the reason the county that we're in is a dry county, but all the surrounding counties aren't. And I think that's part of the reason that this area has stayed so quiet. And I mean, we can't predict the future, so we don't know if it'll stay that way or not. But maybe if the county stays dry for a while.
I was going to ask that whether you had beer and wine on premises or not, and it doesn't sound like it. So that doesn't mean that people can't bring it in, though. I don't know what the rule is there. So
they can bring their own. Okay. We just can't sell it.
Can't sell it. Okay, got it. Yeah, it's all different everywhere. So.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, people who come here, they're like, they've never even heard of like dry county. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
And then there are damp counties where you can have it, but you can't sell it.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own terminology for everything. So,
Yeah.
I went to school at Mississippi State for a couple of years, and at that time, you could sell alcohol, and you had to be 21 to buy it, but you couldn't sell beer in the county. And at Ole Miss at that time, you could sell beer in the county, but you couldn't sell it cold. And I'm thinking, who sat around and thought of those rules? It's like it makes no sense. So people knew to ice the beer down before they ran out. Come on. So
That's the compromise with the temperance group. But I lived in Columbus, Ohio for a while, and there was 2 gas stations, and one could sell right across the street from the other one. And
oh, really?
I was always thinking that every day I would go to the other one because they couldn't sell it. But that's a little mean. But
it is. No. Well, so you open back up in March? Is that right?
Yeah, we stayed open. A lot of people are like, why are you staying open through the winter? But our store and the cafe, we've kept, the campers too, but we haven't, had as many campers in the wintertime. But we have a lot of locals who eat in the restaurant. They'll order to go pizzas and sandwiches during the week. So that's why we've kept our store open. And it's, we're glad to be here for, the locals. But
well, I'm sure
we'll
they're
be
glad.
closed in February.
I'm sure they're glad you're there also because you're close and
There's
nothing else. Right. So,
We're 25 minutes from another place where you can, we're 10 minutes from a Dollar General, but other than that, we're like 25 minutes from a restaurant,
Right.
So people that live out here, I think they were pretty grateful, and we were grateful to have them too. So we're going to be closed for the month of February, but that's it.
was that because the lake freezes over?
No.
No, it doesn't get that cold.
Okay, just checking. Just checking which time of year would be the best to come.
Well, we're laughing about that with our 5-degree temperature during Christmas and 15 below zero. There were so many areas that I thought would have frozen over, even small ponds, and it didn't. So I don't know what it takes for it to freeze, but I was frozen. Yeah.
Probably not long enough.
Yes, for a longer period.
Yeah. So,
well, the reason we actually have decided to close is because we're on a well, being in the county, and there's a lot of rules that we actually learned we didn't know anything about. But when it comes to the water treatment, so we test our water every single day. We treat it every single day, and it's a big process that we knew, like I said, we knew nothing about. Yeah. But the state requires you to be closed for 30 days.
Oh.
If you're on, it's like to be considered seasonal, we have to close for 30 days.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
got it.
So,
and if we wanted to stay open year round, it would require a lot more testing, a lot more time, a lot more money. So we were like, we could probably just close for 30 days and it would be okay.
So what's like you said, you've learned so much that you didn't know in so many different areas too. It's not just in like certain areas. This is a whole new ball game. What was the most surprising thing that you've learned? Is there anything that stands out that you're like, how in the world did they come up with this?
Honestly, I don't know if it was like something we learned, but honestly, I was surprised at how like everyone that we've met that's come to stay here is like so complimentary and so appreciative, and like we've literally every single guest we have has been great. Like we love, don't you think? Oh, yeah. I feel like that surprised me because like you talk to people in customer service and you think like, oh, you're gonna have difficult customers, oh, it's gonna, but we really haven't experienced that hardly at all this year.
Yeah, no rowdy customers either?
Not really.
Even with the bachelorette parties?
It's honestly been pretty good, pretty quiet. People are super respectful, and I think like getting to know, like we're here when they check in, like they meet us every time, so I think getting to know us and then them staying like in our properties, I don't know, I feel like that plays a big role in it too.
So you had mentioned the people that reserved the entire campground. Was that a surprise to you the first time that happened, or did you kind of plan for that? Or because I've never thought about somebody renting the whole campground. So
Yeah, it took us a little while to figure out like how we were gonna do that and if it's something we should do, but the first was it the family reunion, yeah. The lady had actually stayed here with some of her girlfriends, and then they loved it, and she reached out to us about, running it for her whole family. And so she was really great to work with and patient with us as we try to figure out, the best way to do it. And so, yeah, it worked out. And our, I don't know, I feel like it's, yeah, we thought, we didn't think of it at first until she brought it up, that lady brought it up. And it went so well. Then we had someone else call. It was actually like someone from the St. Louis Police Department, and they had a bunch of police officers. They came, and when they were here, they booked it again for this coming year. And we were like, yeah, that's actually like, a good idea. So we kind of have started promoting it a little bit, and we have a sorority group coming, and then another family reunion. So.
Oh, that's working out great. So do you have to wear different colored shirts so they can tell you apart? Because I talked to Sydney yesterday, and it's like, well,
we should probably get name tags, actually.
Well, and then you both married guys with the last name that starts with V. Was that planned?
And their names are Dustin and Austin.
Oh no, so that's right. Yeah,
also kind of confuses people. But no, it was not planned.
It's like, you got to find somebody with the last name V because I'm engaged first. Yeah, no. That's true. And I forgot Dustin's name. So yeah, and Dustin and Austin, and then that's you're just making it hard on people.
We are. I know. Well, we answer to either one, and we don't get upset if someone calls us the wrong name. So.
Well, I'll be honest with you. At the gym, I always see Whitney, and then I got ready to contact you, and it's like, I went blank. I'm like, is it Whitney or Sydney? And so then I had to go to Austin's page to look to see, and but yeah, it still happens. And but you guys are great at what you do. You've always been super hard workers, and this success is well deserved. And what a neat concept that you brought to the area.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. If you've got any questions, if you're listening to this podcast or if you're watching it on YouTube or wherever else you can get this podcast, do drop a comment, do ask questions, do contact them, and make sure that, you like and share everything that they do.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being with us today. Tell the viewers and listeners where to go to find out more about you, your links, and that information.
Yeah, so we're pretty active on Facebook. It's just Kentucky Lake Glamping. That's where we post most of our updates, like day to day. We do have our website, www.KentuckyLakeGlamping.com. That has all of our information about booking and stuff. So if you want to come stay here, if you want to look at our rental sites and stuff, you can go on there. We do have a TikTok and an Instagram as well. We're not quite as active on those, but we try to be.
Who's the TikTok queen?
That would be Sydney. I did post one video that got a lot of views, though. I will say. Yeah.
That's great.
I don't normally do that, but.
Well, see, y'all are young and you can get by with it. If I try to do TikTok, it's just like, my wife is like, don't. Don't.
It's so hard for me to remember.
There's more people on there.
Some old people, yeah. All right, good.
I guess with all the nature you have around there, that could, lend some opportunities for trash pandas and whatever else is coming through there for TikTok.
We did make it our New Year's resolution to make more videos this year, so
yeah,
maybe you'll see some more videos this year.
It definitely helps for sure. People do watch them, and they'd rather do that than read an article or something. So.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you again. I appreciate you taking the time to be on today. And so that concludes another episode of Lux Life Discovered. We appreciate you joining us. Be sure to leave a comment. Let us know where you're listening from too. So
yeah, and hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, definitely
so
subscribe.
You can get more like this.
Definitely. And we will have a link for you guys posted on our website. But thank you again, and we'll see you next time on Lux Life Discovered.
Check out Lux Life Discovered on Facebook and Instagram and on 30a.tv. See you next time on Lux Life Discovered.